Immaculate vernacular from a passionate rapper can cause a reaction of panic when he begins to spit, leaving a bunch of other rappers uncomfortable and questioning their ability and hoping that he really quits. But never that, since I've been clever with raps, I'll sever a track with words written right on a pad with this pencil in my hand or in my grip to be exact. I'm never whack, I'll pat myself on my own back. I'm marvelous, flows always come off flawless with a dash of imperfection mixed with all this awesomeness. Y'all pondering the cause of it, so sit back, pause a bit. Pause are big on this dog, this mic pop shit. Type to switch and invade your brain waves to stay safe. Put yourself deep in a safe place, I'll make waves. Cause Splash had never been a part of me, you ain't as hard as me on the mic, there's no arguing.
Bottoms up, Monger Maniacs. It's the Beer Monger Sessions, everybody's favorite podcast streaming about craft beer, breweries, alternative sports, and of course,
shenanigans
for the brewery,
by the fans.
That's right. We are the Beer Monger Sessions, and wow, we've got a great show for everybody today. I'm your host, Spartan Biscuit, and wow, we've got the Queen of Quinch back in the house with us today, Squiz. What's going down, sister? How we doing today?
Doing extremely well. I'm so glad to be back on the Beer Monger Sessions. I've missed doing it, and you know what? It's a very special show for me to be on. This show is close to my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're here at Outerbelt Brewing, Carroll, Ohio. I'm also work here.
Yeah. Here comes the bottom lip. I see it wiggling. The bottom lip is wiggling. We all know Squiz is a softie out there, all you Monger Maniacs in Monger Nation. Now, Squiz, now you just gave everybody a little taste there.
Just a little taste.
Why don't you tell everybody where you've been and what's been going down? Because I know everybody's been asking, where in the hell is Squiz?
Well, I got this fancy new job here at this new brewery in Central Ohio called Outerbelt Brewing. I am the downtown sales rep for Outerbelt Brewing, so you'll see me out and about, samplings, events.
Wow.
Yeah, just sitting around trying to sell beer to the great bars in Columbus, Ohio. So
unbelievable.
See me, come say hi. I'll be out there.
Talking about plucking a first-round draft pick out of the sky. I'll tell you what, Outerbelt definitely did their homework on this one. All right, because I know firsthand that if there's anybody that can sell beer, it's definitely you. All right.
I try.
I'll tell you what, my palate won't even square up against your palate in the IPA category. I'm telling you right now. And I'm telling you, I love my hops. All right. But hey, got to call a spade or a squiz. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, Monger Maniacs, man, we've gotten into a lot of cool stuff lately.
Yes,
you know,
we have.
A little stop over here at the old Mad Tree, as you could see.
Yeah,
man, that is
you did a road trip. You went
Yeah.
down to Cincy.
Yeah, a little Cincinnati trip. Went down to see the Rebel One. And it made my couple of my favorite stops. I always go down there and check out the old Mad Tree when I'm down there. And then now this place right here, this was something new right here was Nine Giant.
Nine Giant.
Yeah.
Quality, man.
Yeah, it was really good. And you know what was cool about this place is they weren't afraid to put a little something crazy up there on the menu as well.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. So I had a really good time there. But it wouldn't be a road trip. It wouldn't be a road trip without going to see my peoples over there at White Oaks Marathon gas station. I'll tell you what, in the bottle shop world, this guy's doing it. And whenever I go down south to the Cincinnati area, it's right there at the White Oaks Marathon gas station. And yes, I said Marathon gas station.
How's that new porch they got?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's right there, for everybody to see. We're in the back porch, sporting the Melvin Brewing Company flag behind us and stuff like that, but Squiz, that there's more.
There's so much more.
There's more,
There's so much more.
and to be able to
so exciting.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and throw this one out here. Let's go ahead and talk about these mugs right here, Squiz. What just happened?
Monday morning, we went down to Jackson and got to participate in the brewing of Beer Monger IPA, the 6 cents version. And we're going to be popping that puppy in cans here in about 3 weeks. And you'll be able to get cans with our faces on them. I don't know who would want our faces on a can, but
I
whatever.
don't know.
It's delicious beer.
Our face could be on a can. How cool would it be if our face was on a can? Be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we've got into a lot of stuff
Yeah,
lately in a short period of time.
very
You know,
exciting.
I'll tell you what, let's cut the shit right now because
Let's just
we're
do
right here
let's
at
just do it.
Outerbelt Brewing Company. All right, and
Carroll, Ohio,
Carroll, Ohio.
Lancaster Business District, right behind the Tractor Supply Company. You can't miss it.
No, you really can't miss it. I'm telling you, you can't miss it from 15 miles away. All right, that's how you can't miss it. But Squiz, who's going to be our first guest?
We got Julia Pecor. She is the sales director and co-founder of Outerbelt Brewing. She's making her way over here right now.
All right, Archer, you want to
She's gonna be our first guest.
right in the
Put her
middle?
right in the center here.
All right, let's put you center up here.
What's up, friends?
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
How's
Happy
it
to
going?
be here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's everybody drinking right now?
I am drinking our 2-day shipping, Berliner Weiss. Nice 3.8% beer to start the day off. Gotta be responsible.
Absolutely. I am having the summer ale right now. I don't have the specs on the ABV on that, but
Ooh, that one's a taproom exclusive. That's a really
Yeah.
good question, ABV
yeah,
on that. I believe it's just
Like
shy of five and a
five,
half.
right?
it's delicious and just like you, I'm starting my day off responsible with the lower ABV. What?
Squiz probably not being
No way.
responsible.
Like I said,
Scrabble donuts.
the princess of palate, the queen of quench. Yeah, yeah. We're having triple IPAs for breakfast today. No, hey, that's the only
Hey.
Monger way. That's right. Now, let's talk story. You know, because first of all, how long have you guys been open?
So we've been open here. Tomorrow will be 4 weeks. Yeah, so we're just shy of a month today. But we've been brewing since about August of last year. We started on our little 3-barrel pilot system, cranking out a few beers, kind of getting stuff into different parts of the market. So when we hit with this big bad 30-barrel, it wouldn't be quite as hard to saturate when we had a little feelers out there. So it's been almost a year, but really only a month for most of us.
Wow. Now, y- I understand that there's a lot of education that goes into this brewery as well, and we're going to get into that later on the show because all right, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Squiz. Squiz, hey, Squiz. No rust on Squiz at all being away from the show. She's right there keeping me in check like usual. But no, what has been obviously you guys can cater to. Looks like you can cater just about any size of party, any size of function, or anything. I've seen pictures of this place packed, but once again, I thought the picture was kind of I never expected to be like this big, and it's unbelievable.
More or less have an airplane hangar here.
Yeah. Now, now, Squiz, what's the things that we need to know about the history? How many?
Well,
How many?
I'm not the guest. We'll let Julia talk. Let's
Well,
let her
I
talk.
I want I'm
She
tapping. I
is a
told you I was
co-founder.
going to tap your head too because you're going to lead this show, and I'm the wind behind the sail on this one, sister.
So why don't you talk a little bit, because I know you have an interesting, how you came into craft beer is very, very interesting story. So why don't you tell us how you ended up in the craft beer world?
So we all have some pretty interesting backgrounds. Most people hate me for it. I'm from Michigan. Went to school at that big school up north that no one talks about here, and started working at Jolly Pumpkin. Hence the fan of sour beers since the day I was born. Well,
Yeah.
about a day after turning 21, we'll call it that.
Yeah, sure.
And working at Jolly Pumpkin, I went on, continued, graduated, but kind of found craft beer was my passion. Met our head brewer Dan. Kind of formed this badass beer power couple from there on out. So followed him around and we moved our way on up. I went from beer training to beer buyer to sales rep at Ill Mannered a couple years ago. And now I ended up here, one of many people that have just kind of been pulled away with the charm of Outerbelt and went on to start something big and bold and beautiful.
Did you just say beer badass power couple?
Beer badass power couple. That's what I like to call us.
Holy shit, that is that is a powerful term right there.
It's true.
Wow.
It's true and completely applicable.
But
Wow, I don't even want to drink against you guys in drinking games. That just sounds like crazy right there.
yeah, I'll let Dan sing his own praises when he comes on, but between the two of us, I like to think we know our shit pretty well.
Nice, nice, nice. I love it. I love it. Now, now what is what you have sales?
Sales.
All right, I gotta ask it. How far's the reach here? Obviously, I'm not. I it's hard to expect a lot, I think, out of breweries in the first year. But when I pulled up already and I seen the place from, 5 miles down the street,
Yeah.
I bet, and I've seen pictures at night. The place glows.
It does. Yeah.
So and uh, w- what does what are you guys able to where are your farthest accounts at? Where's your
Um,
reach,
so
distribution? Where can people expect to get your beer?
thanks to some friendly faces, we've been as far north as Delaware now. Barley Hopsters definitely always has some of our beer on as soon as we open those guys up, and now we are as far south as Athens. I'm
Oh,
actually swinging some kegs down after this today. We'll be featured pretty heavily in Ohio Beer Week. We're doing a panel on Wednesday, Casa Nueva. We'll be at that Last Call Street Festival. That's a, I believe, 12-hour event on Saturday, so plenty of time to sneak down anywhere in that time window and try some stuff. So pretty massive reach. I mean, I'm not a geographical expert, but I'm saying that's probably a 2-3 hour drive from southmost to northmost account. So not too bad. I'm hoping to go as west as Dayton by the end of the year if we can, and probably go as far as like Heath, Newark on the east side.
oh wow,
Until I
wow.
find a delivery driver, then I'll push them farther.
Yeah, there. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. You know, all right, packaging.
Packaging
We didn't get
are
a we didn't get a chance to talk before the show, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I might be springing some stuff up on you that
No, it's coming. It's the big question most of our accounts are asking, and pretty much anyone that's called us on our big bold size right off the bat, that's a question that follows it up. We will be packaging. Our first round is the 17th, so coming up pretty soon here.
of this month.
17th of this month.
Packaging
Yep,
this month.
we've got mobile canning coming in, and we will be cranking out the Gravel Donuts Hazy IPA,
Ah,
6.5% in 4-pack 16-ounce cans, as well as our Glasstown Lager. Trying to fill that craft lager category that's definitely up and coming for people that are trying
oh
to be a
yeah,
little more responsible with their palates
yeah,
and their ABVs.
yeah. It's a good transition beer as well. To get people
Yep.
into the craft beer, uh, yeah, genre there.
Yep,
Yeah.
trying to cater to all markets,
Yeah.
not just the hopheads and the whale hunters, but get that same down home market that's getting used to like the craft beer market and acclimating us to them a little bit.
All right. I guess let's go ahead and can we play four questions?
Yeah.
Let's do four questions. I'm just going to ask you four questions,
Just
and you're just going to rattle some things off
yeah.
real quick. It's just to break the monotony, and then
Just
I'll ask
random.
you. Then I'll ask you regular
Do I
questions
have to
about your job.
drink for wrong answers?
There is no
There is no
wrong
wrong
answers.
answer.
It just has to be quick.
Okay.
They could be beer related, or they could be completely about nothing at all.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Favorite style beer?
Favorite style beer? I'm going Flanders Red Sour, man. All about those big boozy boys.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Take that. Take that. Favorite beach?
Favorite beach? Sounds a little bit weird because no one knows it. Metro Beach. Grew up in Michigan, grew up in the Great Lakes state, but there's this tiny little Lake St. Clair I grew up on. Best memories of my life, fishing with my dad, walking around, catching snakes, breaking my arm, doing weird kid shit.
Nice. Nice. All right. A brewery you haven't been to, but you're eager to get there.
Ooh, I did hear you guys talking about Mad Tree earlier, and I actually have not been to Mad Tree. I haven't got down Cincy Way all that much, but I feel like local doesn't count because it's so easy to hit. So I'm gonna go with Trillium. I've had a ton of beers from Trillium. I used to live in the Vermont area, and even when I was closer, I didn't get down there to those guys. I'd love to go check out Trillium.
All right, here it is. Cold weather or hot weather? You can only have one.
Now that I'm nearing 30, it's hot weather.
All right.
Used to be a ski bum, can't do it anymore.
Yeah. All right. All
Hot
right.
weather all the way.
All right. Well, thank you for playing four
Got it.
questions, dude. I love putting that's about as much as I like to put people on the spot, but we haven't
Yeah.
get to talk a whole lot before the show.
Yeah, it's not a hard hitting segment.
No.
We're not
Not
doing
grilling me on
it,
politics and religion.
towards the end of the show, it could get pretty nasty. It depends on how much we drink. No, I'm kidding. But no, I'll tell you what, Julia. I know that you are a busy, busy person,
I am.
and you've got the agenda is long for you today as
It
well.
is.
Thank you for coming on the show,
You
and
got it.
you know that there's always an open invitation, and I can't wait to see where things are going to go. I think you guys is the game plan is set, the foundations definitely look like it's ready for go time.
And we
So
stacked our deck with a squiz. So
yeah, you
destined
got
for
to.
success.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I know my sister over here can sell beer, and she's got one powerful palate, and um, and I know it's you're building a powerful team up here, and that's great. I love to see that, and I know that Carol. All right, Carroll, Ohio.
Yep.
Now, what is your sister? What's your brother and sister breweries around here?
So we've got Double Edge in actual downtown Lancaster. Great little, I believe, 10-barrel system, always packed. They're making some great beers out there. Zach knows what he's doing. He's got a little education behind him as well. And our good friends Combustion over in
Oh
Pickerington.
yeah.
Great relationship
Hashtag
there.
fresh, Keith.
Very
Yeah.
fresh.
Keith
And
Jackson.
even before we were kind of sister brewery with them, Dan and Keith had great relationships since Dan took over for Keith at Gordon Biersch.
Oh, okay.
Keith was really welcoming and helpful to us
Oh,
when
nice.
Dan and I moved back to Columbus. So they've always had a special place in our hearts long before we were neighbors. So,
Kick-ass community,
hell
kick-ass
yeah,
industry to be in.
it
You know what
really
I'm
is.
saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Squiz, we're gonna talk brewery. We're gonna talk tap room. What do you want to do next?
Talk
I figure
brewery.
we'll let you dictate the show since
Let's
this
talk
is your.
brewery.
Let's talk
Bring
brewery.
Dan on.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Get Dan the
Let's
man.
do. Let's
Yeah.
bring Dan the man.
Thanks,
All
Julia.
right.
Yep.
Hey, Julia, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. We're gonna have Dan
Yeah,
coming
we'll
on
bring
here.
on Dan Griffin, head brewer.
Nice. What's going on now? All right. Monger maniacs out there. Make sure you follow us out there. We're on YouTube, obviously Facebook, all right, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. All right. We try to hide the craziness on some of the other platforms that we don't want all the little kids to hear, but they'll
Definitely
find
not a
it
show for the
anyways.
kids.
No.
Welcome, Dan. This is
Hey,
Dan
how's it going?
Griffin.
How's it
What's
going?
going on, Dan? How you doing?
Good to see you. Yeah, good. Yeah.
I already know all the questions. I know the answers. So
Yeah,
what
you
do
know all
wanna-
the questions.
What do you
All
wanna know?
right, this is what
What do
I
you
want to
wanna
know.
know?
Take me back. Take
Oh
me
boy.
back to the beginning, Dan. Now you're the man, Dan, right? Are you half
Yes,
of
yeah.
the power?
Half of the power.
You were the
What
half of the
power?
power couple.
Oh yeah.
You were
Yeah.
half
Yeah. I
of the
suppose
power
so.
beer
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, take me back before you knew beer. Take me back to the point that beer was. You figured it out. Holy shit! This is what I'm gonna do.
Um, gosh, that's tough. So my brother-in-law is actually a huge influence. Uh, my poor liver is part of he's definitely part of my poor liver health probably, but no, he got me into craft beer and we were homebrewing together, just kind of as a hobby. And then I was going to Eastern Michigan University, which is right next to Ann Arbor. Um, and we took a road trip to Bell's Brewery, which if you've never been is an amazing experience. And it was kind of like a holy shit moment. Like Larry Bell built this brewery out of like fermenting and trash cans sort of thing into like this huge like I mean I think they just broke 500,000 barrels or something last year. So I mean that was kind of like I want to do this. I was in engineering school at the time and it was just kind of like I don't really want to be an engineer anymore. I want to be a brewer. So kind of transitioned and yeah.
Engineer went brewer.
Yep.
Now, you have some formal education
Yeah,
in
so
brewing. This is pretty awesome right
Really
here.
cool.
yeah,
This is this is knowledge is power, and this is where I think
sure.
a lot of the this is where a lot of it's definitely an advantage, I believe.
Yeah.
I hope
It is.
so. It cost me a lot of money.
Hell
but,
yeah, dude, I know it is.
So after I graduated, I did dabble in engineering and tried that, but that definitely wasn't a good fit for me. So um, yeah, just kind of on a whim after too many beers one night, kind of applied for the programs that had more formal degrees in brewing because I already had an undergrad degree in engineering. I didn't want to kind of I didn't want to do something more informal, I guess. I
Hmm.
don't know. So the three programs I applied for were Siebel, which is in Chicago, University of California, Davis, which has a really good program too, and then Harriet Watt University, which is outside of Edinburgh in Scotland. The first two had wait lists for like over 2 years, so got into Harriet Watt. So it was like, all right, screw it, I'm gonna live in Scotland for a year and go do that. So Master's of Science in Brewing Distilling. So that's what I did for a year. And yeah, drank a lot on the weekends with um, all my European friends, which again, my poor liver, but
You're just grading
That's
your
awesome.
homework,
I
man.
know,
I
I
figure
know.
that's
Yeah,
called
yeah,
grading
yeah,
your
yeah,
homework, right?
yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
that is grading the
yeah,
homework.
Yeah, it's I guess somewhat famously where James Watt and Martin Dickey, they went to the same program about 10 years before me. So the BrewDog guys, and then I feel like somebody else around here. Oh yeah, Dan Schaefer. He's one of the lead brewers at Land Grant. He and I met there. This is a crazy story, right? So
Let's
like,
hear it. Let's hear it.
so like
Crazy story.
the first week of classes, like everyone's, we're all friendly and trying to, make friends or whatever. And I see a guy in an Ohio State sweatshirt, and I'm not, my family's not a big Ohio State fan, but of course I see it, and I'm like, I'm from Columbus. Let's go, like talk to that guy, right? And go introduce myself and at first I was expecting him to be like, so far everyone else I had talked to was British, so I was like, this guy's gonna have like this crazy like Glaswegian um, Glasgow accent of Scotland that's really difficult to understand until you get used to it. It's kind of like train spotting sort of accents, right? And he didn't. It was a total North American accent. And I'm like, this is weird. And then I'm like, are you from around somewhere in Columbus? He's like, yeah, I'm from. I think he's from Tascala. And I'm like, no shit, I'm from Reynoldsburg, right? Which is kind of next town
You guys are
over.
right next to each
Yeah, and
other.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude. And I'm like, I'm Dan. He just like rolled his eyes. He's like, I'm Dan. It's like, this is weird, right? So travel however many miles and meet another Dan from Columbus on our first day of class, pretty much. So, and then he jumped around kind of like I did after we graduated, and now he's at Land Grant. So it's kind of crazy that we from the same class, both Dans from the same area, ended up back in the same area.
Drink a lot of beer together.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
That is a cool story.
yeah. So shout out to Dan, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Dan and Land Grant.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That is a cool
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
So I guess you've told us a little bit about what you did before.
Sure.
So
School.
when you came back, where'd you go?
I worked at Long Trail Brewing in
Vermont.
Vermont. Yeah,
Yeah.
middle of freaking nowhere, Vermont. It's
Probably
man.
really
Red.
pretty, though.
That's Redbone's one of his favorite brewing companies.
really.
Yep.
Yeah, one of our
Buddy of mine,
friends.
Old Country Blue
Yeah.
Glass. He's him and the crew's been on the show. We're getting ready to do another show here before
Yeah.
too long. But he's that's one of his favorites.
Right on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a New England staple, I think. It's kind of one of those breweries that like refuses to grow up, I think. It's kind of like it stayed with some of its old beers and just kind of refuses to let go of them, and it's working for them, which is cool. So yeah, I still have a few buddies that if they're not there anymore, they're in that area, so it's good to I don't know. It's a really beautiful brewery too. Like the setting of it is like I struggle to compare it to anything. If anyone hasn't been, it's worth a drive up to Vermont for sure.
And then you came back to Ohio.
Yep. So the living in the middle of nowhere kind of wore on us, Joy and me a little bit. Just kind of we're both from cities, so we were living in a town that had one traffic light and one gas station and one bar that closed at like 10. And it was just kind of it worked for a while, and we really enjoyed our time, but it was just not the best living setting for our personality type. So we just kind of let's move back to one of our homes. So it was kind of coin toss between Columbus and Detroit, and we ended up back here. And then it was crazy. I didn't have neither one of us had a job lined up, and then Gordon Biersch was hiring, and so I applied just online and got a call on I think Memorial Day. And then
Nice.
got like hired over the phone like
On Memorial Day.
on a day off or whatever. So that was crazy because Keith was phasing out there so he could go start combustion. So so Keith and I are pretty good friends because he's
Nice.
not only did he start a brewery in the same area, but he came from Gordon Biersch as well.
Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been on the
Yeah.
show.
Okay, right on.
He's
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Hashtag fresh. That's the one word describes Keith Jackson's beer. Hashtag
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. It's been a while since I've been to combustion. I got to get there. I
There
really
you go.
do.
You got an excuse today.
Yeah.
You'd stop on the way back.
Yeah, it's all the way
Really?
back to Columbus. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I might have to drop the show later on while I'm sitting there at combustion. But no. All right. Now. All right. So all those places, and now this.
Yeah.
Now, what What was it? Give me the amount of time you took to prepare something like this for yourself, because obviously with the education you have, in as many places if you've been around the
Sure.
diversity in the industry, you obviously know that this is probably not something you should just jump in with a few homebrew kits. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
what was your preparation into? I mean, first of all, I want to know why the location. I mean, I look at the building and I mean, I this place is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. It is the biggest first year brewer we've ever done a show at. There's no way I can't think of.
Yeah, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, but
I
like,
mean, and I'm just looking at the tap room.
yeah,
I've already taken the tour, and if we have a chance, I definitely want to do an after show pint.
Yeah, sure.
To tease everybody about what's going on with the
Yeah.
show when we drop it later. Now, this place is massive. It's massive. So let me start hitting you
Sure.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah, please.
questions.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, Carroll, Ohio.
Yeah.
Why Carroll, Ohio?
So we're like, if you draw a triangle between Canal Winchester, Pickerington, and Lancaster, we're right in the middle, right? And those three towns are, well, Lancaster and Canal especially are two of the five fastest growing cities in Ohio right now. So we're really planning on just kind of growing into the area as it continues to grow. And Pickerington's still growing too. It's not growing quite as quickly, but there's plenty of people live up there, and so it was kind of this building was already here. We repurposed a really old building, so I mean that was part of it. It wasn't like a new build or anything. So yeah, I mean it's definitely large. We're
Large.
yeah. I mean, what's crazy is we're only inhabiting like half of it really
Yeah.
too. But I mean, we're set up to grow, and it's a good area for that. I think Canal and Lancaster is growing like weeds. It's like the road to get to Lancaster from here. I think they've added 3 traffic lights in a year. So it's creeping closer and closer and closer to us. And I think it's just a matter of time before it's both towns are right on our doorstep, and then all of a sudden we won't look like we're in the middle of nowhere. So which I mean I don't think we really are now anyways. I mean we're right off 33, but it's a couple miles to before you get to houses either direction, but I don't think it's very long before there's more apartments or housing or jobs or whatever for people to, you know, stop by for happy hour pint.
I'll tell you what, and you have plenty of parking too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We have,
parking's always been a problem, I think, at some places, but
yeah,
there's
definitely.
once just like finding a seat in your tap room, I don't think parking will be a
No,
problem
yeah,
here
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
You know, now I've heard what this building used to be.
yeah.
Uh, can we
Oh
talk
man.
about it? What it used to be?
Um,
Just so all of our Monger maniacs out there in Monger Nation can kind of get the size
yeah,
of how big this building is. You talk a lot about the building itself.
yeah. So, it very originally was a Lowe's.
A Lowe's, like a
But
hardware store.
yeah, yeah. But so Lowe's didn't have the same business model they do now. So we think this was part of their transition. So they were only in here for about 5 years, um, and they transitioned into more retail. I think they used to be more like a Lumber 84, like a contractor store. In fact, we actually met this guy that lives out in the area somewhere that he bought his kit house from the store. So he actually purchased his house from the store and built it over 2 or 3 summers. He still
Holy.
lives in that house,
wow,
which is pretty cool.
that's pretty neat.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
sad.
crazy.
I haven't seen him in the tap room yet, but
Yeah.
what? Yeah, he came in while we were under construction. I was excited to see something coming in his building, since it was kind of borderline empty for quite a while. But and then like an industrial company bought this building, and the area has 2 other buildings, and they built those after this building is the oldest. Um, and yeah, so Lowe's moved out. A couple of places were tenants for a while, and then it kind of sat empty for a while, and then there was like a recycling center in here that I'm sure wasn't earning very much revenue. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the building kind of had the crap beat out of it, but I mean, we were happy to come in and make it our own, and
Shine it up and turn it
yeah,
into a
yeah, yeah,
gym right here
yeah,
in Carroll,
yeah,
Ohio.
yeah,
That's right.
definitely.
Now let's go ahead and tell everybody the address here in Carroll, Ohio, brother.
Yeah, it's excuse me, 3560 Dolson Court, and it's right behind the Tractor Supply and Bobby Lehman Chevy or I guess it's GM and Cadillac dealer. So right off of 33A or the 33 business route.
And you can't miss it.
Yeah,
Once you turn
it's
left
huge.
after Tractor
Yeah,
Supply, right there.
yeah,
Well,
It's right in front of you.
I've seen pictures of it at night, and from what I
yeah,
understand, it glows from the
yeah,
street.
yeah. It does. It's
I
pretty
mean,
easy to see. Yeah,
you can see it from almost downtown Columbus.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean, like I said, I wanted to go ahead and give everybody the mindset of how big this place was. Old school Lowe's.
yeah.
And uh, I mean, you've got are we going to be able to talk a little bit about tap room here in a little bit? Do we have time to do tap room? I know you guys are
Sure.
on a busy schedule. I want to
Oh,
make sure that I'm
we're
not
good.
going to, but I definitely want to talk about tap room because you guys got these garage doors
Hmm.
as well. You've got the garage doors. This is
Big, huge patio.
and
Yeah,
when I mean garage doors, it's not the mini ones. It's the double car garage doors. If the railing wasn't there, I could easily parallel park my car in the garage door. I mean, that's how big it is. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Let's talk about events.
sure,
All right, and I want to talk about events. I want to talk about food.
sure.
All right, and
Yeah.
we'll start right there.
Okay.
All right.
I could keep going, but we're gonna keep
Yeah,
this. All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about events in the tap room, and
Sure.
that Outerbelt is affiliated with festival wise and stuff like that. So all you Monger maniacs out there in the area can also see where you can see Outerbelt outside the tap room.
Yeah. So next big thing for us is I think Julia mentioned we're canning next week. So next Friday and Saturday we'll have cans available here. That's our first can run, so it's exciting for all of us. We're pretty proud of the labels and everything, so we think they'll stand out pretty well on a shelf.
The labels are
Um,
so slick.
yeah.
Oh,
They definitely
yeah.
they kind of reminisce of the New England kind of the I don't know, the white unicorn breweries, I guess, which hopefully we can aspire to be at some point. But anyway, so that's kind of the most immediate thing coming up. And we'll be at Ohio Beer Week down in Athens for a bunch of events down there. I'm going to
Nice.
like a brewers forum on the 17th, I think, that evening. So I think it's kind of like a ask the brewer sort of thing. I think it's somebody from Great Lakes and maybe Jackie O's, I think, are the ones joining me.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. And yeah, we have some other events down there as well. I think the big beer fest happens at the end of the week. And then kind of the next biggest thing is Julia's telling me is oh yeah,
There you
Summer
go.
Beer Fest of course in Columbus. And then our kind of our hometown beer fest here is the Lancaster Beer Fest, which is downtown Lancaster. They shut off a couple blocks of the street. It's a ton, like
And that is
it's honestly one of the best beer fests I've been to. It's a ton of fun and
August 17th.
yeah,
August
That's gonna be
17th,
that's gonna be
Lancaster,
fun. I'm looking
yeah,
forward
Lancaster
to it.
Beer Fest.
Yep.
yeah.
Uh
And
oh.
Yeah.
we're doing
Uh oh. It sounds like Squiz is gonna be.
oh
Squid's
man,
gonna be there.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
the real
Guard your
Squiz.
IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, we're gonna do a collaboration canned beer with Combustion and Double Edge Brewing.
Nice.
So for that week and that event. So um, need to go order hops later for that.
So are you
Actually,
telling me there's going to be combustion beer that's going to be able to be had
yeah,
outside the brewery?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, and they'll actually I think they're gonna have cans at their place that you can buy. So you'll be able to buy
Oh,
cans
see, I haven't
of our
been there in a while.
collaboration
I got
beer.
to get there.
Well, they don't have cans right
They don't
now.
have
Oh, all
cans.
right.
It's
It's
that
gonna be
beer.
the
Where
collab
yeah,
beer.
exactly,
Yeah. The
exactly.
collab
McKeith's like
beer.
Fort Knox with this beer, man.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
dude. And hey,
yeah,
I respect that game, man. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for you, Keith.
yeah,
I'm waiting for you
yeah.
to unlock that vault. All right.
Yep.
Just
But
get a
yeah.
crowler.
No, like I said, I haven't been there in a while. I need to get
Yeah,
there. I need to get there. I'll bring a freaking 5-gallon drum. All right.
yeah.
No, but no. Now, I wanna go ahead and talk a little with the taproom manager here as well.
Sure.
She's not
She's not
here.
here yet though.
She's not here
She's
yet.
not here yet.
All
Mm-mm.
right. Well, that's fine. Then we can just keep on cooking, man. All right. We'll just keep cooking.
I
Well,
mean,
I,
you talk about food.
yeah, I want to talk about now. I don't see a kitchen, but who
Yeah.
knows? This place is so huge. There could be a kitchen hidden away in this building
There
somewhere.
isn't yet. We have plans to do that. We're just kind of trying to get over our big opening hump and then try to figure out what we exactly want and we think we've kind of worked out a deal with a partner to lease that kitchen to, but we're still working on details for
Yeah.
that. So
We
we're,
do
we're
have
hoping
food
by
trucks.
we
Well,
do have food
do,
trucks.
do,
Yeah.
do you have somebody coming in today?
Food trucks.
Yeah. Who do you have coming in
Who's
today?
in today?
Porchetta. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, and that's
Yeah.
who I thought
Ooh.
was coming in, my boy Tony Lane from many, many years ago. That's my boy Tony Lane out there. Porchetta, that's right. You know what we're sauteing up, baby man. That guy, I worked
What
underneath
was
him.
that hand motion there? What are you
No,
guys
hey,
doing?
it's
Yeah,
all
well-
about the saute pans. It's all about the saute pans.
It's a
All
questionable
right.
hand movement there.
No, hey, he
He's
knows.
up there
Hey,
doing shoulders, huh?
only Tony Lane knows what that means. All right, that's my
Okay.
dog right there, Porchetta.
Yeah.
Hey, man, hey, that's my dude. I love Tony Lane, man.
Yeah.
He's got a huge family, man, and
Huge saute pan.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not going. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Tony, you got the best saute pans around. All right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, and that goes back when I was 17 years old, working in a restaurant underneath him as he was the chef there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my first jobs. I worked for Tony Lane, and then I went off to the military, and then 20 years later, I get into this industry, and I run into him over a platform,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah,
his
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah, right. Right.
This is a dude I was been wondering what the hell he's been doing for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And
Successful food truck.
Puya, Porchetta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Lane and family. That's right.
Yeah.
Man, that's my dog, man. That's my dog. But anyways, what other?
I didn't realize Porchetta was going to set him off like that. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, man. That's What are the other food trucks and stuff that make the rotation? and stuff?
Sobeys Pierogies is out here I think most Fridays. So today's an exception. I think they kind of got Porchetta to sub in for him. And then we've worked with some of the local guys. I think Star City Sliders is coming out pretty soon. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Sure.
But Rock and Rolls comes out pretty frequently.
Those
we
are
just
some
had
good
a-
egg rolls.
We just had a Squeakies, the cheese curd truck here last night. That was fun.
Whoa, a cheese
Yeah,
curd truck?
yeah, that's all they do.
Holy
Is
All
cheese
they do.
curds.
Cheese curds.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I love all you other food truck people too, just as much as Tony Lane and Porchetta.
Yeah.
I need to meet everybody too.
Yeah. Any
but
food
yeah.
trucks are in
Dude,
there,
cheese curd,
reach
that sounds
out.
crazy, dude. That
Yeah,
sounds
they were
crazy.
good. Yeah.
Wow, man. Now, you know what? Yeah, what I see is trending right now is, and I don't know. This is kind of goes on a kitchen thing. Is they have people actually come in and kind of do a kitchen takeovers and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
No kitchen though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I've just seen a trend of that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
A lot of that, which is really, really cool. Three Tigers being, I think, one of
Yeah.
the trendsetters on that one.
Yeah.
But that's really cool.
Yeah.
But now with
Talk about other taproom things going on, not necessarily events, but we've got also skee ball here.
skee ball,
We've got a couple foosball tables, cornhole.
this
we
place
got-
is indoor cornhole, don't you? This place is so
No,
big
it's
you can do
outside.
indoor
It's
cornhole.
You could.
You
But
could.
It's mostly out.
Hey, it's
mostly
raining. Let's
outside.
bring the game inside.
Mostly. Well, the porch is covered on three sides.
Yeah, you can be outside in the rain here.
Yeah, you haven't seen the porch.
In fact, I recommend it because lately it's been so freaking hot. It
Yeah.
would be much more pleasant if it's raining.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
the Giant Connect 4, which my niece and nephew, as soon
Yeah.
as I said Giant Connect 4, they went
Good.
like, yeah. So
Glad to hear it.
yeah, and it's kid
Yeah.
friendly. We're dog friendly on the porch too.
Dog friendly on the porch,
Yeah.
kid friendly on the porch as well, or everywhere?
Kid friendly, just porch. No.
No,
everywhere.
I'm just kidding.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing like buying mom and dad a little bit of time, having some games, like you said, some skee ball,
Yeah.
some foosball. Hey, you guys have plenty of room to let the kids run around outside here under a covered roof, so it's really an unbelievable palace here
Yeah.
that's got tons of room
Yeah.
to grow. And when I
Yeah.
mean tons, I mean, wow, this is the biggest. Yeah, this is the biggest first year brewery
Yeah.
I've ever been in. But so here's the big question. Where do you see Outerbelt Brewing Company in 5 years? Tell all of our monger maniacs out there and everybody around the world right here on the Beer Monger Sessions, where Outerbelt Brewing Company is going to be, or where you would like it to be in 5 years, realistically.
I mean, I look up to Columbus Brewing Company a lot, and Eric Bean and Tony over there, and they've done such an amazing job of just concentrating so much on like Central Ohio, right? I mean, they are the synonymous Columbus Brewing Company, right? I mean, it's amazing. I'm envious of that. I would love to stay as local as possible. Kind of, I think we're gonna, kind of pick 5 or 7 counties and really concentrate on that, and just make the best beer we can and figure out what the beer drinkers of that community want, and cater them as much as we possibly can. I mean, I don't see us necessarily chasing after other states or trying to be like these crazy 15 or 20 state distribution places. I mean, there are plenty of beer drinkers that can help us grow into the volume I think we're kind of targeting in the next 5 years, and just really concentrate on being local and being a good member of the community and just keep it home, man.
Well, you guys are also on the ale trail. Let's
Yeah.
give it up. Let's give it up for the ale trail. I
Yeah.
mean, come on now.
Thanks, Jim.
I mean, yeah, it's that's fantastic.
Yeah, Jim Ellison did us a huge solid actually, because we opened after the Ale Trail launch. So I apologize to all those completionists that really wanted to finish in the first couple weeks. We weren't quite open yet, but come in, have a pint, tell us you're pissed off. We'll give you a sticker or something, and we'll make it right by you guys. But
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm sure when they finally got in here, they were quite impressed.
Yeah, I hope so.
So they were quite impressed.
Yeah.
So what we got, Squiz?
I would be remiss.
Oh,
if we
yeah,
didn't
that's
mention
right,
The
that's
Route
right.
33 Brew Trail.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay, we are also on that, and that is Southern Ohio, down in this area. It's kind of a smaller version of the Ale Trail, but it's it's worth it if you're not familiar, especially if you're from Columbus or the greater Columbus area. Here, Rude, I'll let you take a look at that.
Yeah, so starts at Brewdog and then ends up at Brewery 33.
Yeah, and some of these breweries I haven't even been to, so I'm definitely going to try to go complete it.
They're good places. They're cool spots.
And it's definitely like, if you take a day, you could totally do the whole thing in one day.
Yeah,
for sure. And check out maybe some new breweries that you're not familiar with, especially if you don't come to this area a lot. It's a really good opportunity to come down and support local in this area. Yeah. And just check out some new stuff that maybe you don't know about.
This is super cool because I drove far enough south. Yeah. Far enough south to where now we're in the I'm seeing the Southern Ohio hills pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So I've not been to Brewery 33, and I have not been to Double Edge. I've been to all the other ones. Yeah. We have Brewdog, Brewery 33, Combustion, Double Edge, Loose Rail, and Outerbelt. Wow, man, that is really cool. And you guys are making a lot of moves the first year.
And Rockmill.
You missed
Don't
one.
forget Rockmill.
Yeah,
right
Rockmill.
there, Rockmill.
Which they're actually kind of our neighbor. They're
Rockmill is on the backside. I'm sorry,
Rockmill. Sorry, Rockmill.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rockmill.
And they're on the Columbus Ale Trail too. So I mean, you can knock out on a weekend. I think they're only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I might be wrong on that. They're definitely not open earlier.
No, five of them. Five of these are on the Columbus Ale Trail.
So you can get double,
5 of these are.
Yeah, so
double punches.
We're all within
both trails.
Heck yeah. And you know what? I forget my daggone book every single time.
Yeah.
Why?
So you can start over.
I know.
Experience it.
I know. For me, it's just like, you know what? It's never going to be one book that I get everything in. It's going to be like, 2 or 3.
I just take my book and forget to get it stamped before I leave.
I've done that too.
Yep.
I've done that too. Yep. You know how many times I've been to the new Two Tones tap room and I forgot to get my stamp.
Same.
Julie and I are good about leaving it in each other's cars.
Oh, nice.
I'll drive this time, babe. Okay, sweet. And then, oh shit, our Ale Trail books are in her car. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well, we gave up.
Yeah. That's what I've done half the Columbus Ale Trail. I have 3 stamps, but I've been to half the places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no proof. Yeah. All right.
Let's do 4 questions.
You ready to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. You do it.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. All right. You put me on the spot. That's fine. Let's do it real quick. All right. Here we go. I don't want to ask the same 4 because he was here He was
He was
here
here.
during these 4.
Yeah, he might have had time to prep his answers.
All right.
That's
All
right.
right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right, I'll go. I got one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Favorite foreign country you visited but not lived in?
Czech Republic.
I've heard good stories from you about
Yeah.
the Czech.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Cool place.
I want to get there.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. My dad had friends that lived there for a period for work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hear they have good beer.
They do. Yeah.
Favorite game show.
Game show.
Favorite game show.
Price is Right. Except, hold on, like, Drew Carey, I like you, but
I was gonna
Bob
say
Barker.
Drew
Yeah.
Carey or Bob Barker. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
No, I think Drew's grown into it. Like, at first it was pretty rough, but he's way better. I don't know if you watched it lately, but he's way better than he used to be a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? He's actually starting to look like Bob.
I know.
The transformation
Is it
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Drew to Bob is
Yeah.
happening.
Does
I
it
mean,
like
yeah.
morph you as a human if you get that like
Man,
role?
he like
I think they put.
he lost like a ton of weight, like
I think they put-
overnight too. Like what? Like
I think
that
they
was
put some of
crazy.
Bob's
Oh,
DNA.
Yeah, they just
And
give
Drew,
them
yeah.
They're like, here,
Yeah.
drink this protein
Yeah.
shake, but
Yeah.
it's Barker.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was like,
Makes sense.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clone Bob.
Yeah.
All right, but we're
Yeah.
gonna insert that in Drew.
Yeah.
All right, now I know shit about freaking science and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's probably
It's
terrible.
okay.
Yeah, but I do know a lot a lot about game shows. So all right,
All right.
Okay. There you go.
all right,
All right, question
there it is.
3.
So you said your favorite game show was?
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
We
What's
just,
your favorite? What's your favorite event on Price is Right?
Plinko.
Wow.
Good answer.
What's
Good
yours?
answer. Plinko.
Yeah.
How do you not say
Yeah.
Plinko?
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
say Plinko.
yeah. I like the rock climber. Yeah.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
that
too.
was
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that was my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, you're in your favorite. You're in a brewery, all right?
Yeah.
And you have to get one or the other. A
Mhm.
crowler or a growler? Which one are you getting?
Crowler.
A crowler.
Mhm.
And why?
I mean, part of it's because I open a growler and then I end up dumping half of it because I don't drink 4 pints in one sitting typically. So that's certainly part of it. I think growlers seem to last longer a little bit too, but and really the biggest thing is we have so many freaking growlers in my house that's like we don't need anymore. So if I get a crowler, I can recycle it and be done with it. Versus a growler, I have this like mass collection of growlers that seems like about once a year we go through and recycle or give them away, but we still end up with like 30. So
That's why I am crowler over
Yeah.
growler as well. If
Really?
I bring home a growler, my husband's like, again. I'm like, I just want a beer. I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
I do
Where
have
are we
a
gonna
whole
put
cupboard
this?
of growlers. Now the game show question was a 2-part question.
Okay.
All right. This question right here is going to be all right. Now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It slipped my mind a little bit. Slipped my mind. It's coming back. It's coming back. All right. Favorite style beer?
Favorite style of beer? Czech
Favorite-
Pilsner.
Czech Pilsner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such like a I don't know. They play such a balancing game with like hops and like they actually a lot of them like mix in like just a touch of off flavors for other styles of beer that I think it's kind of like a tightrope walk of flavors that I think is super hard to replicate, and the really good original ones are just really freaking phenomenal, and it's I think one of the most difficult styles to replicate without like having a whole knowledge base and system behind it. So like really good fresh Czech Pilsner is I think second to no other beer in my opinion.
That's a
Wow.
good answer. That is a very
Yeah,
good
you know,
answer.
it's very thorough.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
Monger maniacs out there in
Yeah.
Monger Nation. Hey, we got somebody that's extremely thorough, backing it up with that education. Very expensive education. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all paid off
Yeah.
too, right? It's all paid off.
We'll pretend yes.
Yeah, we'll say, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, I mean, I honestly, I want to keep on asking more and more questions, but the show's gotta
Show's
end.
gotta end.
The show's gotta end
Show's gotta
sometime.
end.
And besides, it's time for me to pack up everything because I want to sit at this freaking tap room and hang out up here and chat and
Right,
just
we
kinda
gotta
soak in
go
the
do
atmosphere.
an after show pint and check out what Dom's doing. So
Oh, can we do you mind if we talk hours real
Yes.
quick?
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
talk
yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk tap room
Yes.
hours. Let's talk it all.
So Monday through Thursday we're open 3 to 10, and then Friday, Saturday we're open noon to 11, and Sunday we're open noon to 8.
That's right. Sunday,
Yep.
noon to 8, after you get out of that service.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I'd like to
Yeah.
point out Monday. That Monday, Tuesday
Yeah.
is for a craft brewery. That's uncommon, and I really
Mhm.
dig that about it. Because I can't tell you how many times I've tried to go to breweries on a Monday
Yeah.
for, get out of work at like
Yep.
5, go to your favorite brewery, and they're closed on a Monday, which
Yeah.
people
I mean,
need days off,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
I think you're also at that point filling a void where like, hey, we're open
we
7
hope
days a
so.
week.
And look, like I mean, we're right in the heart of a very blue collar demographic. They work on Mondays. Why
Yep.
can't they have a beer when they get off work? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I want a beer when I get off work on Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we're really focused on being community, and that's I think a big part of it is being open for people that want to have a beer after work.
One last question. I think this
Sure.
is important for everybody to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, yeah.
Your relationship with Carol in Lancaster.
Yeah.
You know, because I know you don't do something like what you've done here,
Yeah.
and not have a relationship with the community
Sure,
and
sure.
the city village,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatnot. So why don't you go ahead and give a plug about your relationship with the community here? Because we all know, man, dude, this craft beer community is strong. It's stronger than anybody ever even knew about. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, it is massively strong, and it's not nationwide. It's global. It is global. You know what I'm saying? And I got to hear a little bit about the communities and the support, because you don't do something what is happening right here in Outerbelt in Carroll, Ohio, without the support between the business and the community and city.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, we undertook a pretty big construction project, so that definitely incorporates a lot of departments on a government like a local government level, and so we're actually like an unincorporated area here. So our mailing address is Carroll, but they don't have any of their own. They don't have a building department. They don't have that sort of thing. So we worked with the county departments for that stuff. So the county engineer, the county utility department, they've been wonderful to us, and it alleviated a lot of my small town government fears of starting a business and that sort of situation. They've been great to work with so far. And in terms of like customers or guests, like I mean, I think this area is really embraced us and excited to have more cool options around.
That's
Um,
awesome. I love it.
yeah, I mean, so we were definitely excited with the first time we all like as a management group went into Double Edge and saw they were packed on a Friday. There's just a handful of miles from here. Like that was cool to see because we thought we'd be able to find here.
Yeah.
We'd make it here because of the support that Lancaster gives Double Edge. Yeah, I mean we're definitely a little bit out of town, but we're on a lot of people's drive home, and so far everything's been pretty stellar. So local place has been awesome. I'm super glad we built here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man, I'll tell you what, you definitely got a lot of love. You did your
yeah,
homework.
yeah,
You
yeah,
definitely did
yeah,
your homework,
yeah.
Dan. You did your homework. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. With that, I got to say, that's got to be the last call,
Yeah,
last call for
last call.
alcohol. We are ringing the bell, and it's time to get out of here, because it's time for Outerbelt to go sell some beer. And you know what? You better give them a jingle. You better swing by this tap room, because there's a lot of coolness going on here. And there's plenty of room for everybody to run around and have a great time. All right. Last call for alcohol. Now, I know you just gave a quick spiel, but now you got
Sure.
to do it one last time,
Okay.
because this is your last plug for everybody out there in
Sure.
Monger Nations, right here on the Beer Monger Sessions radio show. We are not nationwide. We are worldwide, right here at Outerbelt Brewing Company in Carroll, Ohio, with my man Dan right here, bringing the heat. Last call. What do you got to say?
Yeah, please come check us out, man. I mean, we're just a month old, so we're super excited to be open and making some pretty cool beers. We're really happy with everything that's been tasting so far. So please come check us out, and we'll have cans just a week from today. So next Friday the 19th, we'll have cans available in the tap room, and we'll have cans out in the area.
And we also got some exclusive taproom beers here that you
Yeah.
can't get anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yep.
So, and
What?
we got more in the pipe. So,
Wow.
yep.
Man.
Gotta get here to get
Yeah.
the extra special stuff. So
All right, all right. And my sister, last call, running the dual road today, man. Selling beer,
No,
talking beer,
yeah.
and she's
I'm
a
just here.
monger all at the
I'm just
same
here.
time.
Yeah.
That's right,
Uh,
that's right. The queen of quench, the princess of palate. My sister Squiz. Last call, last call. What do you got?
Hey, it's thanks to everybody out there that's watching. And thanks to Julia and Dan for hiring me. It's my dream job. Appreciate it.
Woo!
Give us a
Bottom
watch.
lip wiggle.
Give us a watch. Give us a share. And yeah, let's head out for that after show pie, baby.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yup.
right. It's time. It's time. It's time. Oh, man, it feels good to have Squiz right back with us right now. And with my last call, I want to give a special thanks out to our sponsors, our friends out there at Dank House in Newark, our friends down in Six Cents in Southern Ohio and Jackson. And we can't forget about Barley Hopsters up in Delaware, Ohio. That's right, the short north of North. Thank you for all the support. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Hey, me and Squiz are on Untapped. Facebook, yeah. And make sure you also give a shout out and all of our independent music that opens up and closes the show. All right, that's right. That's unsigned independent. And I like to know them all before they come on the show. And these are great people, so make sure you sit back and enjoy that music. So, ladies and gentlemen, Monger Maniacs out here in Monger Nation. This is the Beer Monger Sessions radio show. I am Spartan Biscuit with my co-host, Squiz. Woo! We are everyone's favorite streaming podcast about breweries, craft beer, alternative sports, and of course,
Shenanigans.
for the brewery.
By the fans.
We'll cheers you later.
Immaculate vernacular from a passionate rapper can cause a reaction of panic when he begins to spit, leaving a bunch of other rappers uncomfortable and questioning their ability and hoping that he really quits. But never that, since I've been clever with raps, I'll sever retract with words written right on a pad with this pencil in my hand or in my grip to be exact. I'm never whack. I'll pat myself on my own back. I'm marvelous. Flows always come off flawless with a dash of imperfection mixed with all this awesomeness. Y'all pondering the cause of it, so sit back, pause a bit. Pause are big on this dog. This mic pop shit the type to switch and invade your brain waves. So stay safe, put yourself deep in a safe place. I'll make waves, cause Flash had never been a part of me. You ain't as hard as me on the mic. There's no arguing. I sit still while rhymes spill, I'm that ill, and no chill can stop kills with my skills. Ill, the playing field isn't leveled, I'm hot as a devil and ready to murder any rebel or spectator. I'll flex later to crush haters.